I was talking to one of my friends. He lives in the US. And, I was just taking him pictures of, I was in the Docklands, I was just taking pictures and like, hey, this is what this building looks like, so on like that. And, I was just showing him spots around Ireland for about a week or something like that. Then he's like, dude, serious question. Is it always this grey? And I was like, what are you talking about? It was overcast. And I go look back at the pictures and I see overcast sky. And I'm thinking, wait, no, this is gorgeous weather. What's he talking about? Hello everybody, I'm the Rum.
And I'm the Wine. And today we'll talk about Irish summer, favourite day of the year. Or that is at least a popular joke people tell, and like at work, people will then tell it back to us people in the Irish offices. Like, they still can't believe that it's actually a joke. They'll always awkwardly be like, oh, yes, I've heard. That's the favourite day, right? And we're like, yeah, it is the favourite day, because that's how short it feels like.
But the good thing is that it's not actually that short. If you count, yeah, actually, I'm from Barbados. I'm supposed to say it's that short. It is that short, You go out there looking for high temperatures. I've gotten used to 16 or 18 degrees being like lovely summer weather. It's like, you'd go out there and be like, oh, look at the app. Say, oh, look, should be 18, 16 degrees today. This is going to be a great day. And what happens on some of those days, my person?
Yes. Like, we're both from countries where summer temperatures usually are closer to 30 degrees. Nowadays, we get super excited when we see 18 degrees, but I think honestly it starts at like 14 degrees. Your hopes are already up. It's like 18 degrees, you already don't believe, you don't even believe it's gonna happen because it seems too high. It seems too high expectations for the weather. And when it does happen, you're like super excited about it, of course. But like, it starts at 14 degrees that you notice everyone wants to go. If it's sunny, everyone wants to go outside. People are in the parks, lying in the grass. People start taking off their tops, like trying to get any sun that you can.
I don't know if we've just launched totally into this temperature stuff about summer, but we kind of need to explain, why is summer so important in Ireland? I was talking to one of my friends. He lives in the US. And I was just taking him pictures of, I was in the Docklands, I was just taking pictures and like, hey, this is what this building looks like, so on like that. And I was just showing him spots around Ireland for about a week or something like that. Then he's like, dude, serious question. Is it always this grey? And I was like, what are you talking about? It was overcast. And I go look back at the pictures and I see overcast sky. And I'm thinking, wait, no, this is gorgeous weather. What's he talking about? And that's when I realised that, yes, people from other places, other countries are used to these clear, expansive blue skies. Yes, they do exist in Ireland, but more often than not, they're not there for the entire day. So when we mean summer, we mean that perfectly blue, expansive sky where it's like, hey, this doesn't look like Ireland.
And also that it stays that way, because the weather is very fickle. Like, one moment you think, oh, this is going to be a gorgeous summer's day, you put on your shoes, by the time you get outside, it's overcast again. But it can also work the other way around, for a little while at least.
Yeah, we make jokes like this, but it is true. It is true that we have looked at the temperature and thinking, oh great, it's going to be 18 degrees. You see me here just like getting ready to go outside. We take a step outside and we're like, I think we've made a mistake. Where we live, we're close to sea, but yet not that close to sea. But the gust of wind that has come and hit you had to go straight Beijing right there. It is crazy. Like, you go out there and you think that, why do I need waterproof clothing? Why do I need a windbreaker? You see people, of course, when they go to town or any place, I am amazed with the lack of clothes I see people wearing. Of course, they got their arms like this, walking, so I know they're cold, but...
I'm still impressed with the sheer determination, because like, you knew you were going to be cold walking outside in that outfit, and you still made that choice.
Yeah, And it's a crazy thing that now that it's also concert season as well. Yeah, there are lots of things that you can do in Ireland when it's the summer. You know, we had a couple years of,
The thing,
lockdowns
what
and
we're
so
talking
on
about.
like that. So I kind of never really got to see it properly since we moved here. But I know we're a new job, so of course I'm meeting new people and hearing a bit more of what other folks do. And I didn't realize that concert season is a thing. I think I've only heard of like Latitude, one of the big multi-day concerts, but I didn't realize that, especially since there was a holdover of shows not happening, how many people are just there going to concerts. I think the past week that happened, I know there was an Elton John concert, there was
Green Day.
Green Day happened. My Chemical Romance was here as well. Of course, we could forget Ed Sheeran being here. And I'm like, all these concerts are stuff that people would have gone to. Like, I talked to someone from work that, they live on, on the other side of the countries. They could easily just take a flight over. I can't remember where they live. I can't remember.
Kerry.
Is Kerry?
Yeah.
Is Kerry or something like that?
Kerry's just far away enough that you're like, might as well take a flight rather than the train, I suppose, because trains take a long time to get all the way out there.
Yeah, and they're more expensive than you would think they would be. But that person, they were going to multiple concerts during the week. And why did I have the connection between concerts and clothes? Oh, we visited a few places, and I think Malahide hosts concerts. I think we mentioned that in that video, and we were just like, y'all are lucky it's sunny today, because that is clothes that you would wear in the Caribbean. I hope the sun is. Well, I guess that's a benefit of Ireland, where the sun stays up.
That's one thing we haven't mentioned, because of how North Ireland is. You get such longer days in summer. Of course, it sucks in winter, because then much shorter days, even shorter than in other places in Europe. But the really long summers are gorgeous. Like, we're filming this after 9 p.m. Outside is still daylight. Like, literally on the longest day of the year, it's light. And, like, the sun has not fully set at, like, 10:30. It's still not, like, really dark. And, of course, there's just so much more you can do with such long, amazing nights.
Yeah, because that's definitely one of the things that we like. We'll show you that video as well. But we went to Drogheda the other day. Drogheda. I keep saying
probably still mispronounced, but I don't know.
Sorry if I'm making it sound like drug. Sorry. Those who know.
Poor town. It's a really lovely town. It's just very unlucky with its reputation.
I've heard about this. We'll talk about that in that video. But yeah, we were there, and we, because the sun was setting later, we were able to have a nice walk and be able to come back for dinner, because it's kind of etched into our minds before, because we usually, I remember, like Sligo and so on, we usually like going somewhere like October and stuff, and we were like, it's 4 o'clock, the sun's setting, we need to get back home. Yeah, it's great not having to really worry about that in summer, and having the sun waking you up at 5 o'clock in the morning as well. At least me. Most people hate it, because people like their sleep here.
But it's also with the longer daylight hours, you feel like you have more energy. Either you have more energy because of the daylight hours, or because of the back of your mind, it won't last, and you're like, I need to do as much stuff as possible while I can. That's what summer feels like a little bit. And it's just exasperated by there being events everywhere in summer, so everyone's always waiting for the events kind of to happen in summer. So when it happens, you're like, okay, this weekend we gotta go to that food festival in Donabate. Okay, next weekend we need to go somewhere. We can't just stay home, because it would be such a waste of the weather. Because like, when there is good weather, like, you have to take advantage of it. You have to go out.
Yeah, because we've been to quite a bit of places this summer with this summer weather already. Because we've been to Bray. We may even go back to Bray. We've done the Clontarf, so like that. We did Skerries as well. Almost every weekend we're just going somewhere that, because we've had luck. The thing is that it may look rainy or overcast, but luckily it's Ireland. It's not going to stay that way, especially after, we found that like around, like after 2 p.m., 2, 3 p.m., it just starts clearing up. So about 4, 5, 6, 7, you can, except if it's like a downpourish kind of day, you can almost be guaranteed that you're going to have some great weather there. It's basically just perfect to go out. And, oh yeah, because where we are, we can also see, you know, some of the islands like Hoth. And, well, Hoth is an island. It looks like an island.
Basically the only elevations that you get in the north, which is basically Hoth and those like smaller islands like Ireland's Eye, so you see them from pretty far away.
Yeah, especially when you're that certain spot in Skerries and you can see some of the other land masses, and that's what we like. You can actually see it, like the detail. It's like HD goggles that she got on there, and that's kind of how you know it. Yeah, it's summer.
So we kept talking about, oh, you have to go out, or it feels like you have to go out and do things, but like, what do you even do? So like we mentioned, there's concerts, food festivals, all kind of things, but the most classic thing perhaps is to go to the beach. And there's actually, if you've read Sally Rooney's book, Beautiful World, Where Are You? There's this beautiful, iconic, I think by now maybe scene, where she describes how the main characters go to the beach. And it basically starts off with them, you know, in their summer dress, getting all the supplies ready into the car, and the chilly wind on their skin. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what it feels like. So it's not just us being crazy, being like, does no one else feel the wind? It's like, people feel it too. It's just, they're more used to it the longer they're here. So maybe at some point we'll grow like, I don't know how seals don't feel cold in the water. Maybe we'll trade up to the point where we're like, okay, we don't mind, but...
Yeah, because the thing is that we go out and we see the ice cream trucks on the beach. I'm like, no, it is cold. I am freezing. I am wearing something with sleeves here as I have this cold, because was it? Yeah, it was Donabated. The beach by Donabated itself. It was just like, why are people going for ice cream? It is cold. Why is it so cold? Today was a great ice cream day in comparison, but most beaches we've been on have not been warm enough for me to warrant getting ice cream and just being like, this is cool. Let me go lie and chill on the beach for something cold. No, to the contrary. When we went to, last time we went to Donabit, what did we search for?
Tea and hot beverages. Because that is the downside with, like, I know this is a very landlocked country person thing to point out, but why is it always so windy at the beach? I know there's the sea, but why does it have to be always so windy and the wind always have to be so cold?
Yeah, that last trip, the highlight was getting, because we walked from that part of Donabate, that's to the, what's the next beach?
Portrane.
Yeah, Portrane. And at the end there, unlike the last time, the donut truck was nowhere to be seen. But this time there was another truck that sold wonderful carrot cake, and we got our tea and coffee respectively. And that's what we needed. To walk on the beach, just tea and coffee. I said we toast him like, hey, Irish summer, we love you.
But in spite of all of that, I mean, we've talked in videos about it before, even when we went to Galway in December, we saw people jumping into the waves, into the like actual freezing Atlantic waves. So I am bored in comparison to understand the people in like 17 degrees with mildly sunny weather being like, yeah, let me jump into the ocean. But it still looks freezing, and then when people come out of the water, you see their skin being all red. I'm like, clearly you're freezing too. I'm like, I have respect for you being able to accept the cold in order to enjoy the swim, but...
Or torture yourself, because that's what it looks like. Come to the Caribbean, we got some warm waters for you.
This is the only time I ever refer to Caribbean waters as warm, because when we're on a Caribbean beach...
Water is cold.
That's literally like, I'll be there in the water being like, oh, thank God, and he's there with like one toe in being like, nah, this is too cold, this is too cold.
Water too cold, water too cold. It is cold. Water is cold, okay? But speaking of beaches and stuff, we noticed something curious. If you're watching this in, summer of 2022, you know what European airlines, well, airports and airlines are looking like right now. Yeah, they're standing still because there are lines. Lots of lines and calculations. They ain't going nowhere. Okay, some of them are, some of them aren't. But you're thinking, hey, it's summer. Aren't the Irish people there enjoying their homeland? You know, seeing all these great places we're talking about?
All these places that all the other people keep coming to Ireland for, the beautiful landscapes.
No. I'm going to Spain or Portugal or somewhere with sun. It's like they know.
Almost in Spain.
It's like they know. They're going to nice places with beaches and warmth, etc. like that. I don't blame them, you know. Irish summer is cool. It's great. But if you could be getting, you know...
Above 23 degrees? Reliably?
Yeah, and also financially as well. Yeah, stuff be expensive. I haven't been to Spain yet, but we've been going out, you know, and I don't want to tell you how much it's been costing. Besides just inflation, etc. That of doing all this stuff it's like, yeah, it's well worth it. I'm happy to be having some delicious food and stuff like that, but yeah, no.
Yeah, especially like hotels can be really expensive. So if you want to actually go to another place in Ireland and stay there as like your summer vacation, like you'd stay there an entire week, maybe even bring kids if you have them, dog, I don't know, whatever fur children you have, it can really add up, and like it could literally be cheaper to go to Spain, including the flight tickets, than to try and stay somewhere in Ireland for a week. Which is also a reason why a lot of people, as much as we enjoy the Irish summer, seek more summery somewhere elsewhere.
Yeah, if you're gonna pay the amount of money, I guess that's the thought pattern, you know. I might as well have something that I don't experience a lot, and for less money, so different foods and such like that. Yeah, because are there really any Irish summer foods? I don't really feel that way. It's just...
Well, there is kind of like, apart from if you like would count like a salad and stuff like that I've heard that Irish mummies, when it gets too hot, they're just like, today there's just salad for food. There's the ice creams. Like, Ireland does, I don't know if you call it very specific ice creams, but it's like they always look so Instagrammable. The toppings, the everything that goes in it, like it can never just be a simple ice cream. It has to have all of the sprinkles and chocolate and sauce and have a candy bar stuck in it.
They do look decadent, and yeah, we've had to indulge. Yeah, some of it does look like it's just too much, because, you know, remember the first time I went to Austria, you know, the Austrians were like, hey, you need to try this stuff, this Ice Chrysler, yeah.
With the goat's cheese ice cream and pumpkin seed oil ice cream and other strange flavours. Not all Austrian ice cream is like that, just that one, and that one's hugely popular. So very, very different from the sweetness and decadence of Irish sundaes.
I shake my head each time I hear the goat cheese thing, but honestly, don't knock it until you try it. Yeah, if you watch that Stranger Things, you know, season 4, what was the quote with the pineapple? Try it before you deny it, something like that. That's the same thing to do with this goat cheese.
So another very Irish, or also like for other countries, thing to do in summer is barbecues. Like, you literally, if you go into the supermarkets in late April, May sometimes, whenever summer is approaching, like you start seeing the barbecue materials, and then you know those discount shopping supermarkets, they've done their huge market research. They know exactly when the demand for it goes up. It's like when you see that, you're like, you know, summer is coming. Like, people will go to the supermarket, like, and one of the offices I worked in, literally people would go after work, because there was a big supermarket close by, grab one of those little trays with the coals in it and just buy a bunch of meat and go to the park and have it right there. Or people will have their barbecues on their balconies.
Yeah, not really too much of a barbecue folk over here. You haven't been invited to a barbecue. Hey, anybody doing a barbecue with some fish, stuff like that? Let me know. I might crash your house to experience a real Irish, barbecue. But the summer's pretty much starting. Not no starting, but there's more of it left. It's now July. We expect to do a lot more other things. So stay tuned. We hope we have some stuff that we can bring y'all along with it. This is just our...
We'll hang on to summer as long as we can until September. October, if we're lucky, we'll still pretend it's summer because it's not like the temperatures change hugely. Sometimes it's like 14 degrees might as well be summer.
I don't think so, but 14 degrees. It's what's the
your standards? Yeah, once it gets into that part of the year, like your standards for good weather lower very quickly.
But we're not there yet. Still lots of sunlight.
More ice cream to eat.
Ice cream, something like that. So yeah. Also, if there's any stuff happening in your area, town, or that you usually do for summer, please do tell us.
Let us know what essential summer experiences we're missing.
Yep. And until then, we'll see you next time. We're signing out. Please do remember, like, subscribe, and anything else you want us to talk about. Yeah, we're all ears. We'll take any suggestions, and yeah, if you have an opinion on it, we'll talk about it. Until then, bespeden.
Bye.